They stood silent for several moments. Mykal didn't think the person approaching made much progress. At least when they were training with their staffs, they were moving, keeping the blood going. Exerting energy kept him warm. While the cloak was specially woven, it kept him safe from arrows and knives. It was warm, too. The problem was his face and hands were uncovered. The cold had teeth, and it bit like a rabid dog at any exposed skin. When the person was closer, Mykal saw the labored steps. "He doesn't look good." "Agreed." Blodwyn started toward them, Mykal following behind him. The person stopped walking, perhaps when they noticed Blodwyn and Mykal, and then collapsed into the snow. Mykal ran ahead. He heard Blodwyn's repeated warnings during instruction replay inside his head. Be mindful of traps. Be aware of your surroundings. Just because something appears obvious doesn't mean everything has been revealed. If you expect the unexpected, you'll never be caught off guard. He slowed when he was several yards from the person. The linens were tattered, torn. They looked useless against the wind and snow. If this person came from any distance, they could be near dead. Mykal closed the distance and knelt beside them. He set his staff down and rolled the person onto his back. Only it wasn't a he. It was a she. Her skin was red and raw, and her lips chapped. Mykal lowered his ear to her mouth. The wind made listening for her breathing too difficult. He placed a hand on her chest. It rose and fell. The rise and fall was shallow. The young girl was not well. She needed someplace warm and dry. He determined that if she stayed in the cold any longer, her life was in jeopardy. "Wyn, we have to get her inside. She's dying out here." Blodwyn was still about 20 yards away. Mykal thought he saw his teacher nod. That was all he needed. He reached for his staff and placed it on top of the woman. Mykal closed his eyes and pictured the library foyer. The bold blue smoky plume appeared, as if out of the snowy ground, and encircled them. It swirled as fast as a small tornado around them, and spread upward until they were engulfed in the dense fog. In the next instant, the two of them were transported. There was a brief moment of dissociation. His mind and body separated. It was jarring, but he was growing somewhat used to this method of travel. He kept his hands on the woman, though. He wasn't sure if someone without magic could be lost between the heres and theirs. When his mother used this type of magic, they always had held hands. It seemed safer, so he didn't waver from the technique. When the bold blue smoke evaporated, the two of them were safe and warm, out of the storm, out of the cold, and inside the library.